Hey, good evening, everyone. This is Matt Harrell from MemberHub. Welcome to tonight's workshop for New York State PTA. It is just 1 minute after 7:30 here, and I am going to give folks a few more minutes just to get logged in here. We've got a good chunk of people that are already here, but definitely expecting another big round. So we'll just hold on tight for just a minute and let a few folks trickle in.
So while we're trickling in, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone that has joined us tonight. I'm Kyle Bellikopitsky, our Executive Director at New York State PTA. We do have Helen Hoffman, who is our Secretary and the Designated Officer of Membership. So Helen, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We'll introduce the rest of our membership team when we get started. But I always just want to take these few minutes just to thank you all for what you're doing. We know that this year in particular is very challenging. We have a lot of resources available to you all on our website. Your region directors are always there to help you, as well as your state office. So thank you for everything that you do for our students and our educators and our families. And we're going to get started in a few minutes.
That's awesome. Thank you for that introduction, Kyle. Just a couple minutes after 7:30 here, so why don't we go through some of the setup things here. Let's make sure this is turned off. All right, great. Just want to make sure everyone can see my screen and hear me. There is in the side panel there a way where you can raise your hand, and I just want to make sure if you click that, you'll be able to let me know that you can see my screen. Okay, that's great. Thank you for that. Okay, so just moving along here, a couple other housekeeping things before we get started. You guys can see my screen. In the GoToWebinar control panel, there is also a panel there for questions. Given the number of people that we have on the webinar tonight, we won't have time for live Q&A, but you can put your questions in that questions panel there. And we have 3 different folks that are going to be joining us that are here to answer those questions. Dana Lamb is here from MemberHub side, and she'll be answering any MemberHub related questions. And then Dana Welch and Mary Sotomayor will also be here answering questions that are related to New York State PTA. So use the GoToMeeting control panel and use the question section over there. Again, we won't have time for live Q&A, but towards the end, I'll connect with Dana and just see how the questions are going. As I mentioned there, this is me on the left, Matt Harrell. I'm one of the co-founders and the VP of Customer Success here at MemberHub. Dana Lamb is also here on the MemberHub side. She also happens to be an officer of a local unit, Hamburg PTSA in New York. Also, Kyle, who's also already given her introduction, Dana Welch and Mary Sotomayor, who will be on the questions. All right, so guys, I'm just going to do one more check here and make sure that we are good to go in terms of numbers. Here it is 7:34. I think we've got a great chunk of people here, so let's go ahead and get started. So tonight's agenda.
Matt, I'm just going to finish introductions and turn things over to you. That's great. Matt, we are recording, yes?
Yes, we are, absolutely.
Okay, great. So again, I just wanted to thank you so much on behalf of the membership team. As I mentioned, we have Helen Hoffman, who's our designated officer and secretary, who are here with us tonight. So thank you so much, Helen, for joining. Dana Welch from our office, her email is dwelch@nyspta.org, and who's always available to help. Mary Sotomayor, we're so happy Mary's with us today. She's our membership coordinator who's here, and of course, Dana. So thank you all for joining us. We're going to turn things over to Matt, and we want to make sure that you do get all your questions. And Matt and Dana and Mary are going to go over how you can actually set up a one-on-one. So Matt, we want to make sure we touch on that later, so you all can get your individual support for your unit as we move forward with this fantastic MemberHub upgrade. Matt, I'm going to turn things over to you.
That's great. Thank you, Kyle. Thank you so much. Good. Let's get started, guys. We're going to spend about 35 to 40 minutes together. I want to get everyone out of here by before 8:30 and get back to your families. So here's the agenda for tonight. We're going to spend most of our time tonight actually in the presentation. In other words, we're not going to actually dig down into MemberHub and look at all the various features. As Kyle mentioned, we have several opportunities to connect with us to learn and actually get your hands dirty in the software through workshops and one-on-one calls. So we're going to review tonight the enhancements that are in the store. We're going to take a look at each one of those enhancements that are in 2.0 compared to the existing store. We're going to talk about Givebacks. So MemberHub Givebacks is a brand new program that is integrated with Store 2.0, and it's the best passive fundraiser, we think, that's ever been created. So we're going to share with you a little bit about that. Of course, we want to talk to you about, this looks great, how do we upgrade it? What about Stripe? How do we set up our Stripe account? So Stripe is the new payments engine behind Store 2.0, not WePay. So we'll talk about that. Also, we're going to look at some live examples. I want to paint a picture for you guys for what does a completed store look like when it's launched on 2.0. And then since I have everyone here from New York, I want to go through briefly our new module that was launched in April called the MemberHub, called the Fundraisers module. So I just want to give you guys a quick overview of that, especially in light of all the conversations we've had with local units who are wondering what to do about canceled in-person events and canceled fundraisers, things like that. And then lastly, we'll leave you guys with some really clear next steps. So what are the features in Store 2.0? They are quite compelling. First and foremost, there's a new look and feel. It's been redesigned. It's got a similar layout, but it just looks a lot sharper. And there's also just new usability things that are in the software that just make it easier to use. Also,
hey, Matt.
Stripe.
Sorry, this is Dana.
Yes.
I've gotten 2 questions already that they can't hear you. Can you check and see if that's everybody, or do I just have a couple of outliers?
There's probably a couple outliers if you can hear me. Can you hear me fine, Dana?
I can hear you. I have
Okay,
like
Dana,
3. Oh wait, I got a whole bunch. I can hear you. I can hear. Okay, I'll just handle the outliers though. I just wanted to make sure.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you, Dana.
Yep.
Okay, great. So Stripe is the payment provider, which is some compelling reasons behind that, which you'll see in a minute. There's also a website builder built into the store. So now you can launch your own public website very quick and very easy through this thing. The reporting is a ton easier. Treasurers are going to love the new store. I can promise you that. I'll explain why in a minute. Inventory tracking, you've ordered a bunch of spiritware, you've got a ton of t-shirts, but you only got 100 of them, right? So now you can track your inventory control. And as Dana Lane likes to say, you can just sort everything. So again, there's these usability improvements that allow you to do simple things like sorting, but just makes the use of the software so much better. Also, Givebacks. We have a few slides dedicated to that. It's built right into Store 2.0. Again, it's a passive fundraising program. I'm going to dig into the details on that in a minute. And then lastly, because we're moving over to Stripe, we now have the ability to provide a swiper app for in-person payments, and that is in the works and very, very close to being available to you. So these are all the features that we're gonna explore tonight, plus what I mentioned in the agenda. All right, so user interface changes. Let's review that. So when you log in to your store admin, you'll see the new navigation on the left. The layout's the same, right? The navigation's over on the left, but a few things are interesting and new. There's this new homepage. Well, backing up, first of all, there's this new kind of dark purple color. We're leaning more towards that color scheme with Store 2.0 and with the new MemberHub Fundraisers module. And so you'll see that new color scheme in there. There's also a homepage. This homepage is very nice. It has a checklist of things that you need to do in order to launch your store. So you'll be able to go through that checklist very clear and check the box for each one to make sure you set everything up correctly. There's also a dashboard. So this dashboard has nice metrics where you can get a real easy glimpse into how is my store performing. So how many sales have I had? many customers or orders, how many memberships have I sold this month, and it'll show you those over month to month. So this is a place where we'll actually add more metrics in the future. You may have an idea of a metric that you want to see in the dashboard. You could start a support ticket and let us know what you want to see there. Another thing to note is you may recall that in the existing store over on the left it says items. Well, we've renamed that to products. It's a much more applicable name for products, right? You're selling products through your store, so you'll see products. You'll notice that there's no memberships link over there. The memberships is underneath products. So when you upgrade your store, which we'll look at in a minute, and you're like, where are my memberships? They're underneath products. So you'll just click products, and then you'll click memberships over on the right. Of course, there's new modules here for the actual givebacks, fundraising, and website as well. Okay, so let's take a look at each of one of these enhancements and talk about what they mean. So inventory tracking, perfect example I just had there. You guys order 100 t-shirts. You have 100 t-shirts to sell. You put that product on your website, in your store, and now you sold 100 of them. If you want to track that and make sure that people don't order more than is available, when you add a product or you edit the product, you can check this box right here that says turn on inventory tracking. When you do that, you can manage the inventory. Type in, I have 100 of these. As people order those, the number decrements and decrements down. When they're all gone, that product will show up on the storefront and say sold out. So very easy way for you to make sure that you don't oversell products that you have inventory for. Okay, the reporting, the orders page, massive improvement in this, and treasurers are really going to love this. So when you go to the orders page, you'll have the typical table there that shows you a line item for every single order, every single payment that's come through your store. And of course, the export to CSV button, is over on the right-hand side. So you'll see that. You'll be able to download your order report. But now we have show filters over on the right as well. And when you do that, this section expands. You'll be able to sort orders. You'll be able to filter them by date. I want to see orders for the last 7 days. I want to see orders for the last 30 days. I'd like to see orders just for this school year. You'll be able to see and filter orders by products, by offers, giveback offers. Even your donations made through your fundraisers pages in that module will show up as orders in your store now. So you could filter and just see donations made for a particular campaign, like a virtual fund run or a readathon or a crowdfunding type thing, and those would show up here. You can see abandoned carts. And then the best thing about the new orders page is this payout report. So in the upper left, you'll see a link that says payout reports. When you click that link, it's actually going to go to a little pop-up here. And this pop-up is going to list, there's some funky characters here, it's coming from Stripe, but it's going to list every single deposit that was made into your bank account from Stripe. And it's right there in the store. So you're going to download Stripe batch data deposit information right inside your store. The cool thing is that spreadsheet actually has everything kind of grouped, and you can easily sort on the transaction level by category. So it makes reconciliation really easy. And then if you have a category detail in the payout, you can simply allocate that income over to the general ledger. So you don't have to go log into WePay or log into Stripe. Treasurers are going to come in here, they're going to click the button, they're going to download their report, their bank statement, and they're just going to go boop, 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 item for item. And of course, all the data from your store 2.0, your orders from the store, and your orders from donations made on fundraisers are all going to be in those same payout reports. So treasurers are really going to love this. This is going to make their life a whole lot simpler. It's a much better reconciliation experience than you have in the current version of the store. Okay, the next big feature that the store makes available is a simple website builder. This has been one of the #1 requests that we've had from units for years. They love that we have all the communication and e-commerce and fundraiser stuff, but can I just put my website on MemberHub? And now the answer is yes, you can. So very simple website editing tool inside the store. And it's baked in with your MemberHub data already. So what do I mean? What I mean is if when you launch this website, you can click a button and have a page that automatically pulls in your officers from your MemberHub site for the current school year. So you don't have to like design a page and put your officers on there. It's automatically going to pull their information. There's also a way to have an upcoming events page. You can quickly and easily highlight your most current fundraiser. So if you're doing a virtual 5K, you're doing a crowdfunding, you're doing an auction, whatever that might be, there's a way where you can easily highlight that on your website. Also, Givebacks. If you're really excited about a local business that's putting an offer in your store and you want to highlight that on your website, you'll be able to do that very soon. Templates. We built the website into the store 2.0 because that's our latest technology, and we're able to do really neat things like this drag and drop editor. So you can create a new page for your website and say this is going to be a custom layout, and there's this drag and drop widget, if you will, where you can say, okay, I want a header, drag it down there. I want an image, drag it down there. I want a paragraph, drag it down there. So it's really easy for you to design, to build a web page without having to design. Really, really neat stuff. It's all very new technology, and it's just simple. It's what you may have heard before, WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get. When you launch your website, you hover over what you want to edit and then click edit, and then you edit it. It's very simple. Much easier than WordPress or Wix or Squarespace or some of these other places you have websites. So we hope that you'll take advantage of that. Once you've built it out, you literally just slide the button at the top that says live, and then boom, it's live, and now you've got a website. Very simple. So that's exciting. The other exciting thing that has been a real big request for from local units is a way to take in-person payments. So like a swiper app, right? We've had a lot of units that said, guys, we like the software, but we just have our Square store and it's got our swiper or our PayPal swiper and we just love it. Well, now we have an answer to that. Through the store admin, you'll be able to, in the settings area, order a credit card reader directly from Stripe. Don't quote me on this. I believe it's about $50 to $55. It'll go through your Stripe account. You'll order that credit card reader. It'll come to you. Then you'll download the MemberHub Pay. It's in the App Store called MemberHub Pay, free app. When you download that, you'll log in. You'll turn your reader on. There'll be instructions on how to pair the MemberHub app with the reader. And once it's paired and you log in, it'll know, you'll choose your store. And then someone comes up to you at a table and says, hey, I would like to buy this shirt and a membership. Then you'll give them those items, you'll total it up, that's $23. You'll enter that into your MemberHub Pay app. You'll enter their email address. You'll then dip or swipe or hover or whatever you do now with the credit cards. It'll charge the card. It'll email the parent a receipt, and then it'll actually create an order inside your store. So now you're able to take in-person payments just in time for a global pandemic, right? We're not doing a lot in person, but that's going to change over time. And we know this is important for PTAs that do a lot of in-person events. So that product is in the works very soon. It is very, very soon that will be coming. Look for an announcement from us. We'll also partner with New York State PTA to make sure you guys are aware that this is now available for you to download and to order your swiper. So it will be here very, very soon. Okay, MemberHub Givebacks. I've got a few slides on this because there may have been a good handful of units in New York that have heard about this and wondered what the heck it is. I'm going to give you the high-level overview in about 3 or 4 slides of what this program is and how it works and why you should be excited about it. So it's pretty simple. Like I said earlier, it's Amazon Smile meets Groupon. The idea is that businesses, local, national businesses, can place givebacks or offers in your store. When parents purchase an offer, your PTA automatically gets 20% back, not 1% or 0.5% or 2%, 20% back of every single offer gets put directly into your bank account. And by directly, I mean it will go through your Stripe account and go back into your bank account. It'll be real time. There's no out-of-pocket cost for this. This program does not cost any more money. It's really a win-win-win. It's a way for you guys at the local unit level to raise money passively. It's a great way to help our businesses, our local community businesses that are struggling, get more customers. And it's a tremendous opportunity for parents in your school and community, not just parents, grandparents, neighbors, friends, anyone locally that you are affiliated with in your community to come and save money. There's really no extra work. This is how, well, actually, that's the next slide. There are a couple things you have to do to set it up, but it's like really, you click a button. So what does it look like there? Essentially, as a parent or as a visitor of the site, I would come in, and I'll show you this live in a minute. I would come into your store as a PTA, and I would see over on the left-hand side, I would see a section for Givebacks. Also, at the top of the homepage, if you decide, you can also have featured Givebacks. So I would be able to see all these various offers made available to me. I would then click on that offer. So I would click Sam's Club. Boom, over on the right is what Sam's Club looks like. So here's an offer from Sam's Club. This is real. We literally just secured this offer, I think a couple of weeks ago. And 12 months Sam's Club membership, usually $45, buy it for $25. So you're saving, what is it? Do we not even do the percentage of that? Yeah, anyway, you're saving almost 20%. I mean, 50%, excuse me. Your school, your PTA gets back $5 every time. So there it is, 44% off. Done. 44% off. Parent saves money. Sam's Club gets a membership. Your PTA gets $5 back. So how does this work? Really simple. 3 steps: subscribe, approve, and promote. New York State PTA is approving offers at the state level that can be made available to local units. You guys at the local unit, when you upgrade your store, you'll have a button that says to subscribe to Givebacks. That's pretty much it for step 1. You click the button, you subscribe. You'll see some information about it right there. Now you subscribe. What's next? You'll see offers, in-store admin available to you. There are already a bunch of them there. You'll accept or reject those offers. Even if you subscribe, no offer is going to be put in there until you accept it. You accept the offer, they go into your store. Then you promote, right? You get the word out. That's the last important part. If you want your parents to know about these savings, if you want your school community to know about the savings, you promote it. It's really, really quite that simple, guys. We've already secured a bunch of offers on a national level, things like Sam's Club, F45 training, ABC Mouse, things like that. We also know, though, that there are local businesses that you want to support in your community. There's a pizza shop right down from your house. There's a hair salon. There's a gym. These folks have been supporting your PTA community for quite some time. You want them to participate in this too. Perfect. We want them to. In fact, we know that when PTAs locally invite businesses to participate, those offers perform best. Here's the one thing I want you guys to hear about this. All you have to do here, what I'm about to show you, is invite local businesses. We secure the offers. There's a tool once you've subscribed that says invite businesses. When you click that button, you'll be able to search. It'll search for businesses. It uses Google Places. You'll find those places around you. You'll then click invite. If you know the business owner's information, put it in there. There'll be a little pop-up. That's great. If you don't, even better. The point is, you invite those businesses. That then triggers an email to our sales team. Our sales team then does all the lifting, right? We call the merchant. We say, hey, listen, did you realize that Joyner Elementary PTA has invited you to come and place an offer in their MemberHub store for parents to receive discounts and to make donations back to their PTA? And it works. I'm telling you, we have signed so many local businesses already in other states. When they realize, 1, they're running a Groupon offer, and they can make just as much money with the offers from us, and 2, They're supporting their local PTA units. Like, it's a no-brainer for them. They do it every time. So you guys come in, you invite the local businesses, we'll secure the offers. There's an art and a science to putting these offers together. Julian Reckersine, who heads up our sales team on this, actually came from Groupon to help us do this. If you invite a business, that business does an offer, they actually goes into the store, we'll pay you $50. So anytime you invite someone, if they end up being an offer, you'll get $50 per donation back to the PTA. 500 additional, right? So this would be like if you invited 10 businesses, that's potentially 500 additional, money in your bank account for referring it. So this is all new. There's a dedicated workshop specifically on MemberHub Givebacks, how this works, how to participate, how to invite local businesses. We hope that you'll attend that workshop. I'm sure you have a lot of questions. I'm sure there are questions coming into Dana right now. She's probably feverishly trying to keep up. There is also on our website, memberhub.com, there's a page that says Givebacks. If you click on that page, there's an FAQ at the bottom, and it answers a ton of questions. So I'd really encourage you to go look at the website. There's a bunch of questions answered there. Okay, great. So what have we done so far? We have looked at the new Store 2.0 features. We've looked at inventory. We've looked at the website. We've looked at the Swiper app, and we've done a little bit of a deep dive into what Givebacks is and how that works. This all looks great. How do we do it? Very simple. How do we upgrade? How do you upgrade to the new store? Once you log into your existing store administration, you'll see at the top a green button that says view the upgraded store. That's the first thing. Click that button. That's going to open up a new tab. The new tab is essentially the new version of your store. It's not live yet though. Two things you have to do: create your Stripe account and then click the upgrade button. In other words, once you click the button here to come over on the right hand side, you need to create your Stripe account first before you can upgrade. Get in there, kick the tires. When you're ready, create your Stripe account, and then the green button on the right over here, update to this version, will be made available. And when you click that button, there's nothing else you have to do. So what do I mean? And a lot of you guys have already sent the link out to your store. No worries, it'll automatically redirect. When you upgrade your store, if someone comes to the URL that you've given out already, it'll redirect to the new version of the store. Your products will be there, your orders will be there, everything's there. It's just, brand new and looks great, and takes advantage of all the new features there. That's really it, guys. That's all that you have to do to upgrade on the store. Stripe account. Stripe account, a couple things. So when you create your Stripe account, it's going to go through the same types of questions that you went through when you created your WePay account. This is all something that these payment companies have to do legally, right? PayPal, WePay, Stripe, they all have to ask for this information if you as an organization are going to take credit card payments online. It shouldn't take you more than 5 minutes. But one thing that's important to know about Stripe is they split out the business name into two fields: the legal business name and the doing business as, or the DBA. So you'll notice when you go to create your Stripe account, the doing business as should default to your PTA unit name. What you'll want to do, please make note of this, is that in the legal business name, type out PTA New York Congress DBA unit name, right? This will ensure that all the underwriting folks over at Stripe see that. They know that will match your legal entity name for your unit, and there'll be no hiccups. And as soon as you submit that thing, you'll be connected and you'll be able to start taking payments immediately. So that is the Stripe account setup. Okay, so now what I want to do is go through a couple examples. I've got 3 store sites that I want to show you. I've also got 3 fundraisers sites that I want to show you. The core difference there being that each one of these fundraiser sites are actually unique campaigns for those PTAs. So let's take a look at Lowry PTA in Florida. And somehow or another, I have lost, there we go. Bear with me here, I've lost my cursor. So let's look at Lowry PTA. They've done a really good job. This is their storefront. You can see here that when you first land on their page, they have decided to have some of their givebacks featured. So at the very top, they have these featured givebacks from F45 training. I have one of these right down the street from my house. Looks pretty intense. Speech blubs. This app apparently is the newfangled thing here. It's getting great reviews on the Apple Store. Sam's Club, you're familiar. This Florida, this New York is, or this unit is in Florida. If you scroll down, you'll see their PTA memberships. They've taken some time to create and upload some neat animated GIFs for their images here. They're selling a yearbook. They're selling face masks. They're selling a bunch of neat stuff here. They've also done a really nice job of creating categories over here on the left-hand side. If you click on Givebacks to see all the Givebacks, you'll see all the ones that they've added here. So they did highlight a few of them on the homepage, but you can see there's actually a lot more made available to them. Rose Farms, I also thought this might be the one that we did with FTD. We were doing an offer with FTD. So guys, you can imagine, you'll see some of these national offers that you may want to put in your store, but also as you begin to promote and encourage local businesses, you can also highlight them as a featured give back, and then on your homepage, and then eventually on your website, feature those local businesses and say, hey, please come and support Moe's Pizza Shop down the street. They're great neighbors. They support our PTA. Let's look at Hamburg Central PTSA. This is Dana Lamb, who's on the call with us right now. This is her store here, and they do a good job with memberships in New York. You can see they have their standard membership here. She's uploaded a fun animated GIF there. She also has a standard membership with a $2 donation. So she's created a custom membership that includes a $2 donation, leaves it this round $10. I bet this thing sells really well as a membership. And of course, she still has the teacher staff and the support, or excuse me, the student membership as well. So that's Hamburg. Forest Elementary, these guys are in Virginia, and I wanted to show you their website. This is the website they built through their MemberHub store. They've customized the hero image here, this big banner image. They've customized the color across the top. You can see here they've got a few pages. They've got a home page, a MemberHub page, their board members, calendar feed, give back. So if we scroll down here on the home page, we can see they've got a little about section. When you're in edit mode, guys, like you would hover over this and just there'd be like an edit, and you edit, and then a little pop-up comes and you edit it like right in line. Very, very simple. They have a section here for their sponsors, which is cool. It looks like they made a kind of a custom image there. They're putting some links out. They made a little custom image here, and they're saying, hey, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, so that's neat. They have their featured products. So in their store, they've said, hey, these are our big fundraise or donation / memberships. And so they bundle their membership, excuse me, with the PTA, with the donation. So they've highlighted those here, and I could click this and go straight over to the store. This is information on their MemberHub site here. Again, a neat new image that they put up here. Here's their board members. Looks like they customized this a little bit. Calendar feed. This is pulling from MemberHub as well. And then Givebacks. Yep, they haven't gotten started with that yet. But then, of course, there's the link to their store, view store. And, of course, that just opens up their store. So simple looking website, does the job though, gets all the bases covered, and then links over to the store. So that looks really great. A few fundraiser examples. I'm going to dig into how Fundraisers works next. I want to take this time to make sure people understand what this new module is about. Broughton High School. This is a school in Raleigh here. Their booster club, their PTA and booster club helped them put this together. Significant goal here. It looks like they've blown through it. They extended it too. So here's this countdown that shows you how much time's left till it's over. But here's a fundraiser page specifically for this thing. This is a crowdfunding site. They've chosen to show donations here, a little bit of information. This is all customizable here. Yeah. Oh, they have sponsors, right? So they've listed their sponsors. Sponsors are actually built into MemberHub Fundraisers, so you can actually create sponsor levels and people can come and purchase them. That's pretty cool. That's one of our bigger fundraisers that we've had this year. Very successful. Here's a good one. So AR Spinola PTA. So obviously their fall festival is probably canceled. Perhaps they have a fun run at the same time. Anyway, either way, they've combined the two of them into a virtual experience, and they've got here their Lakeview Elementary School's 2020 Fall Fun Fest and first run. So as a visitor, I can see how many days are left. I can see the goal. I can make a pledge. I can register. So if I want to be a participant and log my laps, I can do that. So if I came here to participants, for example, I can see there's 58 participants. Each participant, each student that's running, or each student that's running a lap or reading a book, if there's a readathon, I'll show you a readathon in a minute, they have their own fundraising page. So a student could say, hey, mom, dad, could you send my fundraising page here, to grandma and grandpa? And looks like she's customized this page here too, so that's cool. So that's a virtual fun run. This is a big one. If you guys are doing a fun run and it's been canceled, or you're just sort of wondering, what that would look like to go virtual, I really would love for you to create a one-on-one with one of our CSMs and help get you set up. We'll talk about that in a minute. The last fundraiser I want to show you is Hillsborough Elementary PTA. They did a readathon, same sort of thing. Nice high goal of 22,000. That's aggressive. That's awesome. You can see the students that are participating here, and then I can make a pledge if I want. So some really neat stuff. All this is customizable. This is customizable. Very exciting stuff here. So if it wasn't clear, I want to talk to you a little bit real quick about the fundraisers module. It's separate than the store. The store gives you a shopping e-commerce experience where a parent or a visitor can come, put a membership in their cart, a couple other items in their cart, and then check out, right? The MemberHub Fundraisers gives you the ability to create campaigns, a campaign page for a crowdfunding site or an auction or a virtual fund run. So there's 6 different types that you can do here. And each time you create one, you create a new campaign, you can choose. So I'll just highlight a few of these. You can create an a-thon. 2 of those that we just looked at are a-thons. It's basically a fundraiser based upon an activity performed. The number of laps ran, the number of books or chapters that were read. Donation types are one time, they're based upon a specific activity. You define that activity when you set it up. Crowdfunding is another campaign type, pretty straightforward. You guys have used GoFundMe, other things like that. The donations can be one time or they can be recurring. You can have merchandise or perks for higher donation levels. It's very similar to an a-thon actually, but it's just not based upon an activity. And then events and auctions. Events, pretty straightforward. You guys have probably used an event registration software before. It's very similar to that. So if you have an event, whether in person or online, you can use this to create a registration page. You can have registrations for a limited time. You can also have them for a limited quantity. You can check in attendees. You can have discount codes and for early or special registrants, things like that. If you wanted to have an event and excuse me, and give your teachers a discount code, you could do that. And then auction. This seems to be growing in popularity, is doing an online virtual auction where people bid on items, highest bidder wins, pretty standard. You can do it English or proxy style, proxy being eBay, where you actually put your highest bid up in, and then it'll bid automatically for you until you've been outbid. Bidders are notified by email, or they can be notified by text. It's you guys have probably, some of you guys have done auctions. It's popular though, these auctions are going. So that's pretty exciting. Just a quick overview on that. I wanted to just get that out there because our customer success managers who are PTA leaders, as you'll see in a minute, one of the big consensus is a lot of units are coming to them in their setup calls and going, well, yeah, we want to sell our memberships, but this membership drive got canceled. It's typically in person, or our fun run got canceled, or whatever it is. There's a lot of in-person events that have gone canceled. And so how are we going to recoup that money, or how do we take it virtual? this is a way to do that. And there's a way to do that with MemberHub Fundraisers, and we want to help you set that up. So when you're in your store, you'll see over on the left the link here to fundraising, and then just click the Start Fundraisers tab, and it'll log in automatically. So guys, that is it for tonight. It looks like it's been, let's see here, has it been 45 minutes, almost 45 minutes. So this is good. The last thing I want to leave you this is this slide here. This is the next step slide, right? Go to memberhub.com/workshops. Two things you can do there. You can register for a workshop and schedule your one-on-one. Workshops, we have a ton of them. What are they? They are deep dives into setting up your 2.0 store. They are an overview of how to use Givebacks, how to create your website, how to use the communication features if that's what you need to do in MemberHub, how to sell online memberships. There are workshops almost every day, and these are much more interactive. They're pared down. They don't have hundreds of people on them. So there's always opportunity at the end to ask questions and learn from an existing PTA later to take you through it. But also there's one-on-one meetings. As Kyle mentioned at the beginning here, I would love to see, and we would all love to see, every single unit in New York take advantage of this. These one-on-one meetings are really important and they are really valuable. I've hired personally every single one of these customer success managers. They're all PTA leaders. What do I mean? They're literally PTA officers at their own unit that have set up MemberHub that I hired and said, wow, looks like you did an amazing job at your unit setting up MemberHub. Would you be willing to come on board with us and set up other units and help them take advantage and show them how to use MemberHub? So we've got 5, we may have 6 going in here shortly. And these are real people. This is Valerie over on the left. She is a PTA officer in a unit in Florida. When we looked earlier at Lowry Elementary PTA, that's her site. So I love to highlight her site. I love to highlight Valerie. She's a go-getter and she loves to help PTAs. Dana Lamb is also on the call tonight. She's right in your backyard. She would love to speak with you, literally one-on-one. What are you doing? What are your challenges? Let's talk about them. Let's get Givebacks. Sounds like Givebacks could be great. Let's get your Givebacks turned on. Or wow, you need to get your membership setups, or you're getting a snag with Stripe. Let's talk through it. That's what those one-on-ones are there for. So please take advantage of that. So I'll just show you what that page looks like real quick. This is the page. So if you're on the website and you click support and then live workshops, this is that page. So I'm sending you here because from here you can click this link to schedule your one-on-one. There's also the same link at the very bottom. In between here is all the workshops. How to create your public MemberHub site. How to grow and sell your memberships online. Store 2.0 with live Q&A. Givebacks introduction. Communications. And then finally, we break down the fundraiser stuff so that you can see specific overviews and then deeper dives into the various campaign types. So please visit that page. Please sign up for a workshop. Please schedule a one-on-one. I promise you, you will not regret doing that. And guys, that is all we have for tonight. So I really, really appreciate it. We had an awesome attendance here tonight. I'm sure Dana have been hammering away on questions. So I am going to pause real quick. It's now 8:15. Dana's, how are we doing on questions? Are you guys keeping up? What can we, should we stay online for a little bit longer to answer more questions? How's it going?
We're pretty caught up. We have a couple left, but I've gotten a couple about the cost of fundraisers. Can you cover that cost model quick? Is that something you can rattle off the top of your head?
Absolutely. So when you guys go to the website, if you click on features and then you click on fundraising, this spells out all the pricing for fundraisers. Pardon me. Is that what you meant? Fundraisers, Dana? Is that?
Exactly the screen I was looking for. Yeah.
Yep, that's it. Okay, great. So you can see here, if you click here, it goes to the bottom, but I'll just scroll down because it talks to you a little bit about the same sort of stuff that I showed you. There's an FAQ. So how does the pricing work? Free or flat fee? There's always a Stripe fee. We can't get away from the Stripe fee. So whether you do free or flat fee, you'll have a Stripe fee. You can cover that, or you can pass that on. 2.2% plus 30. You can't. That's the cost of doing business with a credit card company. You all know that. You can choose between free and flat fee. What does that mean? Free donations. You guys have seen this probably. A lot of crowdfunding sites have this. When you create a campaign, you can say, I would like for my donors to leave an optional tip. If that happens, you don't pay any platform fees to us. Only the Stripe fees get taken out. So 0 platform fees, but parents, grandparents, whoever, when they go to check out on your campaign, will be encouraged to leave a a tip. Yes, they can opt to leave no tip if they were like, and MemberHub will make no money, and that will be fine. We're willing to roll the dice on that. What we've learned is that people generally do. They'll leave a tip. Please help us support the use of this free software by leaving a tip, sort of thing. So that's the free model. The flat fee is the 4.9% or 7.9%. So crowdfunding, events, and auctions have the 4.9%. There's also a way to do raffle sweepstakes. The state of New York is looking into that right now, state office. But crowdfunding, events, and auctions are 4.9%. Athons are 7.9%. What you'll see if you guys do the research, I know this is sensitive. If you go research other fundraising platforms, these are very competitive rates. Also, you will still save thousands, dare I say, if you take your fun run online this year, as opposed to hiring a company to come in and do it for you. So run all those numbers there. Most folks are opting in for the free, and that's great. Folks still leave a tip. So check that out. It feels a little complicated for us, I'm not gonna lie. So go and just look at that. The objective, the goal for us here was just to be flexible, right? We didn't want to be confusing, but flexible. We wanted to give you guys, every time you launch a campaign and fundraiser, an option to choose between allowing folks to leave a donation or just passing on the fees. There's also some help articles on this too, guys. So if you go to support.memberhub.com in the help center, you'll see there's a whole section here on fundraisers. Okay, what else, Dana? Anything else?
No, this is Dana Welch. I do see just a couple more questions, but you know, I've put in my email at excuse me, my email address as well for people to connect with me via email, and I can help them further.
Perfect. So I'm going to put this link in here too in the chat window. I think this will work.
I had a bunch of people that put in the wrong information when they were setting up their Stripe account. Or do you have access to an admin quick? You board and edit that Stripe information?
Well, sorry, I lost you, Dana. I lost you. Can you say it again?
Yeah, I've had a lot of questions that they've entered in like they didn't use the New York Congress to enter in their name for the Stripe. Can you show them where that information is and how to edit it?
Yeah, you want to look at that live right now, Dana?
Yeah, unless you had a screen, you don't have a screenshot, I'm sure. So yeah, just how to get to that dashboard of any, yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna, let's see here.
No? Okay.
Yeah, I'll have to get logged in here. Let's see if I'm logged in. Yeah. Oops. So when you guys log in to the store admin, you won't have to do this, by the way. You'll be logged in automatically. I'm just a super duper admin here, but when you log in and you go to settings, and you scroll down, there is the Stripe section here. And this Stripe section is where you click View Express Dashboard. If you're in Safari, be aware it'll sometimes block that new tab from opening, but then it comes right into here, and then in the account section here, you can click Edit. So you'll go into the Settings tab here in your store, and then Stripe, and then View Express Dashboard. So that's cool. So we must have had a few units upgrade already. So we
Yeah.
deployed that change today at about 2 o'clock or so. So that's good. Yeah, here's the store, guys, if you haven't seen it yet. So what else? It's
Matt, this
8.
is Dana Welch. I just had a question that I couldn't answer regarding, they tried to subscribe to Givebacks, but it says only the president can do this. Is that true?
Absolutely. So that's one of the unique things in the state of New York is that New York only presidents of your local unit can opt in. So you'll need your president to actually go into Givebacks and click the subscribe link.
And I'm assuming that needs to be the current president. So if they haven't updated their officers, that could be why she is the president and she's not able to do it. She's probably not a current president.
That's right. That's right.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, all that stuff should be spelled out on the settings page as well here. Yeah. 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 Okay. Good question. I'm sure there are a million other questions, guys. I know there's a lot that's new. I hope that you found this as compelling as we think it is to go ahead and upgrade. The new, all the other units that have upgraded so far, it's just been a wonderful experience. And I'm just looking forward to you guys getting stuck in here and getting set up in here, getting your one-on-one scheduled and starting to take advantage of all there is to offer in here. If there's nothing else, we could close it up for the night. I'm sure folks are ready to move on and get back to their families. I put the link here in the chat to the workshops page. Please use that to go and register for upcoming workshops and one-on-ones. Anything else, guys? Anything else, Dana?
No,
I'm
we'll
still answering. I probably have about 10, but yeah, I think. Oh,
okay.
and
I
we'll
mean, we're
have
pretty
this.
close.
Yeah, we'll have this link to the recording available, and I'll send it out to all of our units and all of our officers, so everyone has this wonderful information. Thank you, Matt and Dana. This has been an awesome webinar, and we look forward to seeing all of those new Store 2.0s.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, everyone. Awesome attendance tonight. Thank you for taking time on a Tuesday night to come and join us. Really, really appreciate you taking time out to do this. That'll conclude us. Dana Lamb, do you want to hold on for a second and we can just mute and answer more questions, or do you want to follow up after the webinar's ended?
Let me answer the last few here.
Okay, so guys, you're welcome to leave. We could continue hammering Dana with questions until midnight if you guys want to, but I'm sure she wants to get back to her family too. So if she's just going to wrap up a couple more questions, and then we'll end the webinar. So I'll give you a few minutes, Dana. Dana Welch, you're free to go.
Thanks, Matt.
Thanks. Talk soon.
Matt, are you still there? It's
Yep, I'm here.
PTA New York Congress, right?
Yeah, PTA New York Congress. That's right.
I think that's it.
Yeah, PTA New York Congress. Yep.
All right. Anybody who's left, I'm not going to answer.
Okay. All right. Oh, I see. There's a ton. Oh gosh, there was a ton of stuff in here. So some of these you can reply.
This is the last one, I think. See, lots of them have left now.
Okay.
I think I hit the bottom. Does it look like it?
Yeah. Well, this is funny. Pamela Davis. I feel like I know her. I know that name.
I mean, they'll save, so if we missed one, we can add it. I think we should take the most common ones and make an FAQ out of it.
Yep.
Yeah, someone was asking if the questions would be available, you know, to see the answers to the questions, and I didn't know what to say to that.
I didn't either, but I said, well, at least make an FAQ if not.
Yeah, and I do have an FAQ already started, so if you want to
Okay.
send me those questions and answers, I'll just add them right to our FAQ that we already have for MemberHub, and I'll need to update it anyway for Stripe. So.
Yep. Sandra, if you're still on, that's awesome. Thanks for the honest. Yeah, it is. There's a lot here, and it can be challenging. That's why we're doing the workshops at 101. So glad that you can take advantage of that. That's awesome.
There was quite a few questions, Matt, about the deadline to move over to Stripe, and I was using mid-December as our target for those, you know, who chose to stay on WePay for the time being.
Yeah, that's right. Yep, that's right. We should make that an FAQ. The goal right now is to cut everything over, cut everyone over by December 15th. We're going to continue to support 2 versions of the store up to that point. That's not like etched into stone, but we'll begin to communicate out about that in conjunction with you guys at the state level as we get closer to that. So
Sure.
this seems like there's some good excitement in here, guys. This is great. This is great attendance. Did you guys see it?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Matt. I had a question. Do we have to close the WePay account?
Yeah. So there's a help article get out of the way, in the help center. The answer is yes. And when you go into the help center, there's a help article that specifically, good grief, bear with me here. When you want it to do this, it does it. And when you don't, it doesn't do it. All right. So when you go to payments and processing, there is a help article in here, which I can post.
I got it if you want it.
Okay, yeah, I think found the question. How do I?
Where do you want it? In Slack?
Well,
Oh, here, let me put it in chat. Dana, can you see this?
Put it in the chat. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in the chat. That is the transition, and step number 3 is cancel WePay.
Yeah.
Now, we usually recommend like give it a couple weeks after you've upgraded to the new store, just in case there's some lagging business. But it will be up to the units to cancel those WePay accounts.
Yep.
Okay, great, thank you.
Yep.
That's awesome. All right.
All right.
Well,
Well,
there's no
other than the people who had left before I got to their questions, I think I have answered everything.
Yep. I'll follow up with you after this, both of you. I'm pretty sure GoToWebinar allows you to export the questions, and so we could use that to create an FAQ. That would be something great, Dana Welch, to put on the website. So I'll export that stuff. Dana Lamb, you'll see all that stuff too in the analytics. So we can go through that. So yeah. All right. Well, it looks like there's still 30 folks here. Hopefully you haven't fallen asleep. Thank you for sticking on with us. I think we'll wrap it up here, guys. It's been just an hour. Sorry, Dana, were you gonna say something?
Just wanted to say goodnight.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, let's wrap it up. Thank you to everyone. Thank you, Dana. Dana, really, really, really appreciate the help. We'll
Yep,
talk soon. Have a
anytime.
good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
See ya.